4 years old. And Porsche have released this, the GTS Sport Turismo, last year. Now, Porsche have also made additional changes in 2023 to the dual motor Taycans like this one. Before we get into the video, here's a reaction from some of my friends.
We can do this. Jesus Christ, slow down. Oh, the fucker.
What's funny is none of those reactions were from an actual launch, because with launch control, you get nearly 600 brake horsepower, and of course without it, you get 517. That will propel this car from 0 to 60 in just 3.7 seconds. Hold on, we'll be testing that. We also have a total of 83.7 kilowatt hour of usable battery. That drives two motors, one on the rear axle and one on the front. What's interesting with this one is the rear axle is actually driven by a gearbox. This car has gears. And when it comes time to charge the car, you can charge at 270 kilowatt DC. That's the rapid chargers, like the Tesla superchargers. And you can charge at home or on 3-phase at up to 22 kilowatt AC. That's amazing. Do you know what else is amazing and unusual? Charge ports on both sides. So you've got AC and DC on the front left, and you've got just AC on the front right. But that does mean you can park up at home and it just charge on the most convenient side available. It's brilliant. This is the Taycan in GTS trim. GTS stands for Gran Turismo Sport. So that means this car has got sport in its name twice. This is a great car to drive, and I'm not just saying that because Porsche Centre Isle of Man has lent me the car for a week. No, this car is absolutely brilliant. I can't imagine how any car manufacturer could make a car as good as this Taycan. So the Taycans have been out now for a few years. This is not just any Porsche Taycan, this is the GTS trim. And it's not just the GTS trim, there are a whole heap of extras in this car. For one, we've got a thermal camera. That'll set you back £7,500. More on that later. This beautiful Porsche design clock on the dashboard there, that will set you back another £750. This Porsche Racetech wheel and the Alcantara lining, I'll be honest, it's not vegan friendly, but it feels nice. The car is carbon fiber everywhere. I have tried to attach some magnetic camera accessories to the car. Not gonna happen. It's a carbon fiber body. Whilst this car may be incredibly luxurious and expensive, you can certainly see where all the money has gone. All of the materials in here are not cheap. The car is incredibly well built. So I've done this thing before where I talk about how well built a car is. You know, this steering wheel does not feel like it's going to come off in my hands. In fact, talking about the steering wheel, this is Porsche's Racetech steering wheel. Not standard. Again, you're with me here, it's an optional extra. This beautiful carbon fiber with the Porsche Stuttgart coat of arms in the middle, GTS on the bottom, reminding you this is the GTS trim, and a little hidden button to turn the heated wheel on. We've got our lighting control on the left, windscreen wipers on the right. Down at this bottom we have what Porsche call their self-driving, Porsche's InnoDrive. It's quite handy, but I'll be honest, you don't buy this car for its automated driving features. But it's nice to know Porsche have got you covered with that there. Anyway, the dash is a beautiful, high-resolution, high-contrast LED display. And like all LED displays, these digital displays, they can be customized. So I've currently got the G meter here on the left. I've got the thermal camera in the middle because, frankly, it's awesome. And on the right-hand side, I've got some information about the state of charge, temperature, and so on. There are touchscreen controls on the left here for your lighting, and on the right here for your vehicle dynamics. You can change the ride height and the stiffness of the suspension. Now, I'm about to put the suspension into stiff mode. With that comes the Porsche acoustic designed engine sound. You can hear that. Now, the people that I've taken on rides, including TT racers and die-hard petrol fans, have really liked this noise. Now, I've been driving electric cars now for years. My own daily driver is a Tesla Model 3, and I've grown accustomed to liking that motor whine. They blend in very tastefully some artificial motor noise. You also have genuine gears. This, as far as I can tell, is the only electric vehicle with 2 gears, so you can shift up and down. It's automatic, you can't shift manually. Why would you want to? The Porsche drive system knows best, with 2 gears. One for this low speed torque, and then once we get up to speed, it settles down into a nice cruising gear, which is fantastic for efficiency. You can apparently get over 3 miles to the kilowatt hour. I've been getting 2. We are going to full send this thing. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and we will put the Porsche Taycan into full send. Do you hear that? Second gear, and we're up to 80 miles an hour already, 90 miles an hour, and now we're doing 100, barely letting up at all. So on paper, my Tesla's faster to 60, but this is faster to 100. Wow! The grip is phenomenal. This thing corners like an absolute beast. It's completely flat. There is no roll, at least none that my bottom can discern. When you squeeze your butt cheeks, the car accelerates, and I'm not kidding. The accelerator in Sport Plus mode is on a hair trigger. It absolutely wants to go. The closest I can compare this to is playing Forza. We're now at 120 miles an hour, and the car feels planted and safe. Clearly, this is not a car for the faint-hearted. This car is equipped with a £7,500 optional extra, the thermal camera. The same type of camera fitted to Sidewinder heat-seeking missiles. This car is a literal missile.
I wasn't joking about the thermal camera being the same as that fitted to heat-seeking missiles. This thermal camera actually here, that you can see the exhaust and the wheels. You can see which cars have been driven recently when you're driving down the promenade and you see all the cars parked up together. But you know, it is more than just a gimmick. I think it is actually a crucial, highly advanced safety feature too. The car will use its visual sensors and its radar to detect upcoming objects ahead like other cars and stop for them. But this car, with its thermal imaging system, look at this, you can even see the blood pumping around this cyclist's legs from 50 meters away. It can detect small things too, cats, rabbits, birds, and look, here, we came across a dog in the middle of the road. Yes. Thermal camera picked it up.
All right, so we've got a lost dog in the middle of the street here. Yeah, his body's, yeah, but he appears to be lost, so. Hey mate, how's it going? Is that your house?
All right, one last one. So as I was reversing off the drive, I saw there was a cat in that bush. Not visible, but you can see it on thermal. It's Gibson. So quite good for catching stuff in bushes or whatever. Before the comment section loses your mind, no, you can't drive with your lights off and thermal on. The car won't let you. And secondly, yes, you could spot doggers.
It's warning me now of this corner coming up ahead. The car is also warning me through my heads-up display that I'm speeding, although I'm not. The mapping software says this road is 60 miles an hour. It ain't. We're fine, reader, we're fine. It'll also tell you if it anticipates a collision. That wasn't, oh, for fuck's sake, collision warning. Right, that was not necessary. The brakes on this version of the Taycan are absolutely brilliant. The brakes are powerful and stop this car as if it were 1,000 kilos lighter than it is. Because, let's be honest, the car's quite heavy, but let's talk about Porsche's other luxury four-door tourer, the V8 Panamera. Now, the V8 Panamera is, by all intents and purposes, a beautiful, big luxury car. This Taycan is faster. It weighs 100 kilograms less. It's more efficient. And unlike the Panamera, this Taycan is currently running on sunshine. You heard me right, this car is running on sunshine. 0 grams per kilometre. And that's something you can't do with a Panamera. You cannot fill a Panamera on your driveway. Launch control activated.
You scientifically tested the 0 to 60 speed by running multiple tests for science, obviously, and it comes out to 3.62 seconds 0 to 60, and that's without any 1 foot roll off. This is faster than Porsche claim.
Let's just say you find yourself in a traffic jam with no ability or desire to overtake. You can turn this wheel here, drive mode, down to one of the softer drive modes.
And when you do, the suspension softens, the throttle response becomes a lot more forgiving, and you could just drive this car in a relaxed way, just cruising around without any cares in the world.
I feel like you could take this Taycan on an epic adventure, somewhere European and hilly. Now, I want to run it in Sport Plus mode, I'm afraid, because I like it. So, what we're going to do here, just wait until it's safe to do so. $90, $100. This is a perfectly precise Porsche. It steers and drives like you would expect a Porsche to do, except this one has got more power than a 911 Turbo. It's unbelievable. You can unleash that power out of the apex of corners, and it gives you a wonderful fuzzy feeling. The stiff suspension isn't the only thing stiff in this car right now. Here we go, accelerate round. We are doing all of this on solar power. This is unbelievable. Ramsey to Douglas, Isle of Man in 5 minutes on solar power. Unreal. Now, little disclaimer, I am on the Isle of Man, on de-restricted roads. Please do not attempt this at home. I am a professional YouTuber. Thank you. As I said in previous videos, everybody watching this channel obeys the law all the time. The brakes are unbelievable. The gears shift. So as we accelerate, listen, gear shift. And as we decelerate, we get downshifts. The gears upshift and downshift. What more could you want? So, on my other electric car videos, people have claimed that electric cars have no soul. Now, I defy anybody to go for a test drive in a Porsche Taycan GTS and say with a straight face, this electric car has no soul.
Dear doctor, I am no longer depressed. Your 4 years worth of tablets have been diluted by one quick trip out with MW.
The car has 5 Euro NCAP stars, and plus it does stuff Euro NCAP don't even test for, and there's space in the back for kids, ISOFIX, a 6 for adults, you name it.
The cornering is wonderful, absolutely wonderful. This car stays flat. I imagine if your passengers were drinking cups of tea, that the tea would stay perfectly flat as you do donuts around the Nürburgring. Someone try it for me and see. 40 mile an hour now, 40 mile an hour. Did you hear the downshift? Does it feel artificial? No, because it's real. It's changing from second gear, your 155 mile an hour second gear. We also have on this particular model, Porsche's rear axle steering. What does the rear axle steering give us? Well, it takes the turning circle of a standard Porsche Taycan GTS from the same as Tesla's Model 3 to the same as the Aura Funky Cat, one of those small little super minis. That makes this vehicle unbelievable. You've got the wide, long posture of a Grand Tourer. you've got the blistering speed of a 911 turbo. You've got an economy that beats any other performance vehicle several times over. What hasn't it got? CarPlay and Android Auto don't work wirelessly, you have to plug in a wire. And of course, repairs will undoubtedly be quite expensive. That's it. If you want a car that will easily swallow all your cold water diving kit, done. If you want a car that will impress your mates with its high-speed launch control, it's got that as well. If you want a car that has an unbeatable turning circle for its size and is very easy to park, if you want a car with cameras and technology never seen before on any other vehicle, I suppose your only choices are: do I want an Audi e-tron GT, or do I want a Porsche Taycan GTS? After deciding that, you have to ask yourself, what colour do I want?
Actually, there's a lot more to choose than just the colour.
This is the options list from the Porsche Centre for this car. We have rear axle steering, including Power Steering Plus, model designation painted in black, high gloss, Porsche Dynamic Chassis Control Sport, Porsche surface coated brake with brake calipers painted in black, Sport Design Package Carbon, ionizer, decorative stitching on steering wheel, rim in contrast colour, low space net, panoramic roof, fixed, 20-inch design wheel in black, heat steering front and rear, seat rear, comfort access, windscreen tint, automatic interior mirrors, side airbags in rear compartment, 4+1 seats, carbon matte interior package, exterior options carbon, electronic interior mirrors, lane change assist, blind spot monitoring, what's carbon matte, vision assist. That's a good one. Seat belt door courtesy lights, sports chrono stopwatch instrument dial in crayon, HomeLink garage door opener, and privacy glass. Some of these options are available in packages, but suffice to say, you're going to need quite a big budget above the list price in order to buy the Porsche that you want. I'm in the back, and I'll be honest with you, there is tons of space in here. So I've had a few passengers in the back, and they've all said that they feel incredibly comfortable. Little side note, you can actually feel the rear axle steering when you're in the back a little bit more. It's worth putting the point. No one in the back felt sick, everything's great. Again, you've got one of these sort of conjoined headrests, but unlike in the Renault Zoe, you're not going to feel travel sick because you've got tons of space. You can actually see straight out. The car is pretty wide, nice wide stance. So when you get in, you've got this nice carbon fibre Taycan illuminated logo. There's a little bolt snap D-ring down here, which is what you can use to attach the load net just behind the rear seats. If you have a GoPro. If you have a dog, your dog will be fine and happy in here. There's a hook here. There's another hook here. We've got a nice little handle and a reading light. Looking towards the middle, I'm going to shuffle across so that you can see the AC seat controls. So we have individual climate for the two rear seat passengers. We can obviously sync it, so we can drop the fan off, change the temp. So you can have completely separate climate for the back. You've got your own heated seat control here, as well as heating balance left and right you can change too. And it's got its own little tone. If you tap climate menu, look at that. You can actually adjust where the blower goes. Isn't that cool? And whether or not you want it at your feet, because there is actually a foot vent here, right here. So you can actually have it more towards your feet, more towards the top, just one or the other. This boot is 530 litres big, and it's got a few features. So we've got a little luggage net here, another little band for securing your luggage, and trust me, you do need to secure your luggage. Another band here, again for securing luggage. Here we have a 12-volt slot, and we've got a ton of space down here as well.
The 446-litre boot expands with the seats down to 1,212 litres, and you can even store stuff on top of the car too, with optional roof racks.
We've got more space. So, Porsche, not unusual to have storage space in the front, but this storage space is amazing. You've got tons of space in the front. There's enough space in there to drop your legal carry-on size luggage. We've got more storage space, including the tow hitch, and under here, tool set, air compressor. The other one was, locking wheel nut, whatever. Beautiful. And windscreen wash. The only thing you want to fill. Windscreen wash. Front here we've got 2 front cup holders. They've got some stuff in here, some camera stuff, but you can actually get your phone and slide it into this wireless charging holder, and the wireless charger's on that side. You've got to use a cable if you want Android Auto or CarPlay though. Taycan climate settings in here. Alright, so you can set climate, continuous guest, deactivate, car settings, all here. And of course you can navigate that using this pad here. Yeah, I've got a nice storage bin under here, which is where you leave your key. The seat controls though are something else. You've got the usual forward, backwards, angle up, angle down. You know, that one there, that one there, that one there. But you also have this one here to move this front in and out. This one here, which moves the wings in and out. And you can also move these wings in and out with this control. And you've got, obviously here, all the various controls here for lumbar support. These seats are the ultimate ergonomic seat. And I'd love to see a bit more of this in other cars. Come on now. Seats are somewhere where cars just seem to skimp, you know? But these seats are the fantastic ultimate seats. Pedals and footrest. The driver's side door bin is a bit more generous. And then you've got all your normal controls. And that, my friend, is the Taycan. Amazing car. Absolutely amazing.
Thank you again to Porsche Centre Isle of Man for the loaner of this spectacular car. I am honestly speaking from the heart when I say, if you have the cash, this is the car. It's perfect in nearly every way. It's utterly, utterly fantastic. I consider this car to be the greatest of all time and possibly a new modern classic. Look back on this video in 20 years and I think you'll agree. To check out my other electric car reviews, click the box on the left. For the video YouTube would like to see, click on the right. And if you'd like to see me crash my drone, just keep waiting.